feel like it's kind of hot when a guy's able to do that.
Ladies,
Like,
it is
put you in your
tiring
place?
being masculine and being independent. It's tiring. I'm sorry to say this. You know this too, because once again, if you could just sit down and say, you know what, my man's taking care of the bills, he's taking care of me, I can just have fun and enjoy life, you're happier. Versus stressing.
Absolutely.
But again, do you know what that man wants from you?
What does he want? You
I
tell
don't
me.
know.
Peace.
You know everything, so tell me.
Peace and love.
I would think that they would want, like a clean house, food ready on the table, maybe. I mean,
Stress-free life.
just like they want to come home and their bills are paid and taken care of, and the kids are well taken care of, and they want their wife to be nice to them.
And he may also
Give
want
them some
every now and then some
appreciative.
strange on the side. Every now and then. Like,
Yeah, but do they really? All
Yeah,
men
they do.
want
It's
it?
like eating
I know everything,
steak
right?
every day
I'm
for the
just saying,
rest
do
of your
all
life.
men-
You want something different for sure.
I would say most men that are in that category want every now and then.
But they don't
something different.
do it. You know why? Some, maybe it's not all, some don't, is because they know that it's going to change the dynamic and the mood in their household. Their wife is
don't-
not going
they
to
don't do
feel.
it.
These talking points they get old to me. I don't know why. You know, these people talk about relationships all the damn time and on these different panels. And this is, I guess, this is from Fresh and Fit. Yeah, Fresh and Fit. And it's from their show, but it's somebody else's YouTube channel. But I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking about how people make these 1920s setup about, the man taking care of the bills, getting out grinding, making the money, cultivating, taking care of the woman and the children. I'm like, where we getting? Where does that happen at? This is 1920s. This is 2023 now. This is a 1920s setup that people talk about, and as if both parties are not cultivating now. Everybody's cultivating now. Men and women are both cultivating. And if the foundation is not started, if it doesn't start off, don't get me wrong, you do what works for your house, you and your house. But most of the time, 90% of the time, you're not going to get that foundation to start off with. First and foremost, most of us are not virgins coming up in these situations. Number two, a lot of us, we come in each other's lives with kids already by other people. So, that traditional setup is not even, it don't even work nowadays. So I don't even know where they get that from. I don't know why. I don't know why. I guess it kind of makes sense to continue making these bringing up these talking points because they make for good interviews, podcast content, when they talk about that. But I'm like, realistically speaking, most of the time you meet somebody, they got kids by other people, men and women both. Don't get me wrong. Now, I did look at the statistic, and most men, the vast majority of men, don't have kids. Most women have kids than men. So it's like, I don't know where they say. They come up with the conclusion saying that 80% of the women are having babies by 20% of the guys, but that's a conclusion that is there some validity to it? The thing is, like, there's some validity to that. And I'm just like, where I'm from, most of the time I meet someone, they got kids. They have kids by somebody else. So for me to sit here and just meet somebody, they have children by already, and then I have a son, so I have one kid myself, of course, but my kid's not in my household. So that's the difference between men and women. The women generally have the children all the time, living in the house full time. And primarily the fathers are not having the custody of the children. So most of the time it's not happening. So this is why most people say it's different for men as opposed to women. Back to the point. If I'm dealing with a woman, I meet a woman, she has children by another man, by other men, a man or men, I'm expected to be a provider, one that plays that father figure, that stepdad for those kids. By default, it's expected. And if I decide to be in that relationship, I'm already, it goes without saying, that's what happens. Now just think about this 1920 setup. When you come into a ready-made family, as we called it, where I'm from, that's what it's called, a ready-made family. Well, you got kids already there. You know, and that would be probably good for somebody who don't want any kids, who wants that type of setup. But generally, men do want their own legacy. They want their own families. They want their own children. You know, there's a full-time benefit, a guaranteed benefit when you're creating your own children and raising your own children, as opposed to raising somebody else's kids. It's a gamble. Chances are you won't get no benefit out of that. You know, but the thing is, that setup is just, it don't make sense to me when people talk about, you know, taking care of, you know, a one income household, taking care of a ready-made family. It just doesn't make sense to me. This is why I never advocate for the traditional setup. I only advocate for, this is why I agree with people call it 50-50. I agree with both parties paying bills. That's what I believe in reciprocity in relationships. I'm not going to be with anybody who comes with a bigger load, you know, a bigger responsibility than I do, and be expected to take care of the vast majority, all the bills, because I'm a dude. I'm not playing that game at all. So I don't understand where they come up with these talking points and these dating podcasts when they do that. Point number 2, there was the guy he mentioned something about if it's some high value man, you know, well, he didn't say this. He didn't specifically say a high value man. He was just talking about men in general wanting the woman that, you know, what she said something about her. The woman was saying something about a woman cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids. That's the same 1920 setup. And then he said he would also want somebody on the side, you know, want a woman on the side. And I don't believe that in all cases. I don't believe that in every case. And I don't believe that in most cases. You know, it all would depend on the guy, you know. As we get older, it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. As you get older and you meet somebody, like me myself, I'm dating. I'm in the dating scene. I'm not dating anybody in, you know, specifically. But I'm out here in the dating scene. I meet somebody and I decide to settle down with that woman. It would have to be a reason for me to want to settle down. Like, settle down with this woman. She has to come with something that makes it worthwhile for me to give up my freedoms to do what I want, when I want, where I want, anytime I get ready to settle down with this one woman for the rest of my life. What does she have there? What does she have? What can she offer me that's going to make my life better other than some sex? Because I already get sex. I'm single. There's nothing to get some pussy out here. You know, a date normally comes out of my pocket because I pay for the dates anyway. Like what, you know, and if she's, you know, she has children, I'm expected to help pay for the kids and take care of the kids if I'm in a relationship exclusively to her. What am I getting out of this deal? So she has to come with some type of connection, some type of knowledge. She has to come with a mind, some type of something that I can't get by myself, you know, something that would take probably is much harder to achieve alone than it would if I was with her. Take, for instance, say if she's knowledgeable. Nothing, I swear, a woman that's wise and knowledgeable, she's smart as fuck, extremely intelligent. That shit turns me the fuck on. And I ain't gonna even lie, that type of stuff, it turns me on. And she's peaceful. That turns me on. You know, so a woman can have a child, you know, come into my life. She's smart. You know, she's one of those readers. She likes to read and research things, and she likes to apply these things. She's, you know, she's constantly learning things. And she has kids from a previous relationship or whatever. She has a kid. There's a limit on the number. I ain't taking care of a whole classroom full of kids, but I would say 2 max. But the thing is, she has these connections, these things that she's able to do that will make my life much better. She can teach me some things I don't know. That shit will make me want to settle down, because that's rare. A woman that's peaceful, that's rare. You know, we can get along. We can actually build a life together. And, you know, if I settle down, I would like one more kid. You know, I could do one more kid. You only have one, so, and I missed out on fatherhood. So on the beginning part of it, you know, from my situation, I would like to experience that. So I wouldn't have a problem with, you know, having one more. I would like to have one more. So that would be a plus in my book. So what she would have to be willing to have something in my life that would make it worthwhile for me to settle down with that. And that woman would be rare in my life. So I'm like, I say that to say, when a man when he encounters a woman that brings into his life something that he just don't find everywhere, he don't have a problem with, you know, giving her everything. You know, he don't have a problem investing into her and not be worrying about the damn streets. Cause when you been out in the damn streets and you haven't been in the streets, you know what's out here. It ain't shit out here for real. Ain't shit in these damn streets. Several people, a bunch of people monkey branching. You know, people out here monkey branching, catching bodies left and right. You know, so as long as you got people that's out here just catching bodies left and right, when you meet somebody that actually, you know, is not doing that, they want to settle down. They're more mindful about how they carry themselves, and they're looking for somebody to build a life with, to grow old with. Then, you know, you're not really thinking about out here trying to get you a side piece and having this, you know, I have this, I don't know. It's easy for me to say, maybe so, because I ain't been in nobody. I haven't been with anybody 15, 20 years. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a past like that with anybody. So, you know, but at the same time, I know what I'm attracted to. You know, I see fine women every time I leave the house, but I don't holler at everything I see either. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just rambling. But to me, these type of podcasts, when they talk about relationships and make it like most guys are out here and they just gotta have, you know, all these different women, like we gotta have a selection all the time. I just don't believe that. I just don't believe that. There's some guys that just don't get enough. They don't get enough any damn way. They're gonna always just be out here trying to hit as much as they can. There are guys out here that are like that. A lot of them. But there are a lot of guys also that don't give a damn about all that. You know what I'm saying? We'll just, you know, I just want somebody that you can actually build a life with. And I guess probably because I'm up in age now, and I'm like, I ain't in my 20s no more. And that shit was fun back when I was hanging in the hood in my early 20s. I was trying to smash anything I can goddamn get hold to that I thought was fine. So, you know, but that shit ain't worth a shit. And when you get some business about yourself and you start looking at your future and you really start kind of concentrating on trying to build a life that's more meaningful than just busting a nut. So, I don't know. Anyway, I ain't talking about nothing about no legal shit, y'all. So, I know that's probably what y'all came on here for. But, I'm sure when y'all heard Fresh and Fit voices in the background, y'all know I wasn't going to talk about no law. But, we're going to get back to the legal stuff, y'all. I just thought I'd take a break, commercial break. Hey, if y'all hadn't liked to subscribe, go ahead and do that. And I'll see y'all in the next video. We're going to talk about some more law. Let's get back in it. EmRôs signing out.